It's official. I fucking hate 2024. I hate the year 2024. We are only 3 months into this year, and so much shit has happened in the first 3 months that you would think it was December. All the stuff that has happened so far in 2024, we're 3 months in. We're not even halfway through the month of March. And so much has happened this year that it could write its own encyclopedia of all the crazy stuff that has happened. This is an encyclopedia of itself. This is its own separate encyclopedia. This, to me, and I know many people are going to say it's debatable, whatever. You're entitled to your opinion. This, to me, is the biggest loss in anime history. And I'm willing to say even the biggest loss in the history of manga. Mr. Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, the creator of Dr. Slump, the creator of Dragon Ball Z, character designer for Dragon Quest and Chrono Trigger, and so many others. So many other things. Has unfortunately passed away last night at the age of 68. Jesus. This one hurts. This one hurts a lot. I've never been the biggest Dragon Ball fan in the world. I know jack shit about Dragon Ball. Have I seen it? Of course I've seen it. I mean, how can I not? I mean, it's literally the biggest anime of all time. It is so big that people that don't even watch anime know what Dragon Ball is. My mom knows what Dragon Ball is, and she's barely ever watched anime. And she still knows what Dragon Ball is. She still knows who Goku is. Dragon Ball, I'm going to say it right here, right now. Cyberpunk Edge Runners may be my favorite anime of all time in terms of my personal taste, and K-On! Being my second favorite anime of all time in terms of slice of life, and also my favorite slice of life anime of all time. Those are my 1 and 2. For many years, I debated as to what the greatest anime of all time is. And I bounce around with my opinion here and there on certain animes. But the one anime that always came to mind to me, the one that I couldn't shake off, the one that I now officially have to declare the greatest anime of all time for how influential it is Dragon Ball. You can argue with me all you want in the comment section about, oh, how One Piece is better, Naruto is better, whatever other anime, Sailor Moon, Evangelion, Cowboy Bebop, Inuyasha. You could say whatever anime you want. Make no mistake about it, and you cannot dispute this. Dragon Ball is the most influential anime of all time. Period. I remember Saturday nights, Toonami would come on. I would sit in front of the TV and just watch the anime that would come on during Toonami on Saturday night. Anime such as Sailor Moon, Yu-Gi-Oh!, Pokemon, and of course, Dragon Ball. And Inuyasha, of course. I loved Inuyasha, by the way. I wasn't able to watch that much of Dragon Ball, hence why I barely know jack shit about the anime. I know basically almost nothing about it. Like, if you were to put me in a freaking trivia quiz of Dragon Ball, I probably would maybe get one or two questions right, and I would just butcher the rest. I know jack shit about the anime. What I do know is how important it is, and how important this man is right here. Dragon Ball became more than just an anime to people. It became a cultural and global phenomenon to the point where it got so big, so fucking big that people outside the anime bubble know what Dragon Ball is. I can't tell you the amount of times, and this is a true story. I can't tell you the amount of times when I was in school, anime fans, and even normal people would do the Kamehameha. I can't tell you the amount of times I've heard Kamehameha from so many people when I was in school. The amount of Dragon Ball merch I've seen in my life, both in school and outside school. Like, dude, the other day I was at my local Walmart. There was a little kid in the store with his family. Little kid was wearing Dragon Ball stuff. Little kid looked to be like 8, 9 years old, wearing Dragon Ball related merch. Dragon Ball ascended what anime it it ascended anime basically. It became a cultural phenomenon. And in my personal opinion, it is the most influential and most important anime of all time. I know many people are going to say Berserk is the greatest manga ever, and it might be, but I could also make an argument for Dragon Ball as well. Dragon Ball's up there as well. If it ain't number one, it's right neck and neck with Berserk. It's right up there at the very top. Like it's one and two. It's a toss up between those two. One of them's number one and one of them's number two. But it's real close. We lost the writer for Berserk, I believe, what, last year? He unfortunately passed away as well. Two legends of manga gone. I haven't heard from my friend Orbital Sigma in a while. I'm supposed to hear from him soon. And I know when I hear from him again and he hears about this, this is going to fucking break him. Between the two of us, he was a die-hard Dragon Ball fan. I'm talking extremely die-hard. He knew almost every fucking thing about the anime. When he hears about this, I know it's going to break him. To me, this is the biggest loss in anime history. I know people are going to bring up other names, but to me, this is the biggest one. To date, this is the biggest one, and perhaps of all time, this might be the biggest death in anime history. What happens to Dragon Ball? I don't know. Some are wanting it to continue. Others are wanting it to just cease operations. Do I want it to stop? No. Am I scared for its future? Yes. Because without him there, who's stopping them from fucking ruining Dragon Ball? If the man that created Dragon Ball is not around to stop people from taking a hold of his property and butchering it, there's nothing we can do. He's not around no more. He's gone. And that's what's scary about this whole situation with the Dragon Ball license. We don't know what's going to happen now. We have no clue what the hell is about to happen. A part of me feels like actually going back, and this would take fucking forever. This would take so long for me to do, but a part of me feels like going back and re-watching all of Dragon Ball. Every single one. All the episodes, all the specials, all the movies, everything. Doing that would probably take me close to over a year. Because there's so much content. There's got to be at least 1,000 episodes of Dragon Ball. And like 20 fucking movies. I mean, this series has been going on since the late 80s. Dragon Ball is almost 40 years old. Think about that. 40 years. 40 fucking years. I wasn't even alive when the first manga was written for Dragon Ball. And the fact that this manga, this anime, has withstood 40 fucking years and is still a household name to this day just goes to show you how important this man is to the anime industry. I might just do it. I might actually go back and rewatch every single Dragon Ball episode, Dragon Ball Z, Dragon Ball GT, whatever Dragon Ball. I might do it. Dub, sub, it doesn't matter. I might go back and do it. I remember when my friend Shai had his computer. This is when he had his computer and we used to do movie nights and stuff. And we just started talking about anime. The one anime that we always end up bringing up was Dragon Ball. And he would show me so many freaking clips of Dragon Ball. There was one clip in particular. And this is so funny. And if I find it, I'm going to look for it. And then if I can find it, I'll put a link down below in the description. It's from the original Dragon Ball. And Goku ends up running into Bruce Lee in the street. And they get into a fight. And Bruce Lee doesn't want to, attack Goku. He doesn't want to beat up Goku because Goku's a little kid. He doesn't want to harm a child. But no matter what he does, Goku just shrugs it off like it's nothing. And he ends up getting fucking pissed. And he ends up actually literally trying to attack Goku. And Goku attacks him and beats the unholy fuck out of him. It's so fucking funny. And everybody in the crowd looks like they shit their pants. It's so funny. There's one where he's with Bulma and they're sleeping together and he's missing the Dragon Balls and he goes to find the Dragon Balls and he ends up basically touching Bulma's panties and Bulma wakes up and doesn't realize a damn thing. It's like, what the fuck? Oh man! Of course, outside of the funny stuff, he also showed me the serious stuff too. He also showed me the very first time Goku went Super Saiyan, which is one of the most iconic moments in anime history when Goku went Super Saiyan for the very first time. What a absolutely badass scene. What a badass fight. What a badass episode. One of the greatest episodes of anime of all time. Period. And I know people are going to bring up the age old, all they do is stand around and talk for 25 minutes and then the final 5 minutes they fight. They're trying to tell a story. That's what they were trying to do with Dragon Ball. Yes, the fighting is cool. Yes, when they actually fight, it's fucking epic. But they're trying to tell a story in between to get you to understand what's going on. My friend Orbital Sigma can explain Dragon Ball way more than I can. I mean, he might end up doing a video on this. If he ever comes back to YouTube, he might do a video talking about this. I don't know. The man did character designs for Chrono Trigger, and Dragon Quest. Two of the biggest video game franchises in the fucking world. Chrono Trigger regarded as the greatest game ever. Many people have labeled Chrono Trigger as the greatest JRPG of all time. And he was the character designer for that. I mentioned an anime earlier at the very beginning of this video that I personally love. Dr. Slump. An anime that came before Dragon Ball even existed. The man was an anime legend before Dragon Ball. Before Dragon Ball, he was already a legend with Dr. Slump. One of the funniest, most comedic animes ever. I loved the hell out of Dr. Slump when I was a kid. I haven't seen it in so many years. It's been shit. It's been probably 15 years since I've seen an episode of Dr. Slump. I might go back and watch Dr. Slump now. Granted, of course, I'm going to have to go to a certain site to watch it because you can't really watch it legally online. Unless you fucking pay up the ass for it, and I'm not doing that. So I'm going to have to go to my source to watch it. But I might go and watch Dr. Slump. As a matter of fact, there happens to be a giantess moment in that anime. I might see if I can upload that to YouTube. It was on YouTube before, but for some reason it disappeared. I'm guessing copyright or something. I'll try to upload it if I can to my channel, but I don't know. I don't know if I can. I can't make any promises because Japan is very, very heavy on that IP stuff. They're very fucking heavy on copyright. You know, I don't want to get a fucking strike for uploading uploading Dr. Slump to my channel. In retrospect, Thank you. Thank you, sir, for everything that you've done for anime, for everything you've done for manga, for everything you've done for the world of entertainment. You transcended anime and manga and left us with a cultural phenomenon that we will never forget. For as long as we are on this planet, we will never forget Dragon Ball. The most influential and the greatest anime of all time. You heard it from me. I am officially stating Dragon Ball is the greatest anime ever. And Dragon Ball Z. I'm counting both of them. Fuck it. I don't care. Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, the greatest animes of all time. You could talk about your Sailor Moon. You could talk about Pokemon. You could talk about Naruto, One Piece, Bleach, Fairy Tale, what have you. Attack on Titan. You could bring up all the big animes in the world. What came before them? What came before them? Dragon Ball. And to all you Naruto fans, what is Naruto's character designed after? Naruto himself. What is his character designed after? Dragon Ball. Again, I reiterate, the most influential anime of all time. While Akira might be the greatest Japanese animated film of all time, Dragon Ball is the greatest anime of all time. For its influence, for its story, for its characters, for its voice acting, for pretty much everything. Now, it's not perfect. There have been some spin-offs of Dragon Ball that have been pretty from what I've heard. But Dragon Ball, and especially Dragon Ball Z, stratosphere levels of iconic. Hell, I'm willing to say Dr. Slump's one of the greatest animes of all time. And I'm willing to die on a hill by saying that. Dr. Slump's one of the greatest animes of all time. I think tomorrow I'm going to be watching some Dr. Slump and some Dragon Ball. I may not have the time to watch full episodes, but I'm definitely going to watch some clips and stuff on YouTube. I'm definitely going to go back and watch the Goku clip beating up Bruce Lee. That was so fucking funny. Oh, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Godspeed. God rest your soul. Thank you for your influence on anime, for manga, and for creating the greatest anime of all time. This one hurts. This one hurts a lot. Kamehameha, everyone. Rest in peace, Toriyama. Goodbye, my friend.
I couldn't wait for you to come and clear the cupboard. But now you're gone and leaving nothing but a sign. Another evening, be sitting reading in between your lines, because I miss you all the time. So